Kendal at Home is a lifetime peace of mind plan.
It was almost like the weight of something was lifted once I made the decision.
I do feel that I have a support group behind me through them.
If you say to me, Mike, I don't need this yet, I would say, yes you do, do it.
We already, in our early 70s, are aware that our lives have changed, our bodies have changed, that we are in fact getting older. And so we realized that we needed to secure reliable health care, both for now and in the future.
Like a lot of people, I have a whole host of denials. And it's hard to figure out what those denials are about. You know, I'd like to know that, you know, in my dreams, I'm going to have a heart attack playing a great round of golf, and it's going to be massive, and it's going to be over. But you know, in the back of my mind or in the front of my mind, I know it may not necessarily work out that way.
Planning for my future was very important to me because I don't have family in this area, number one. And for someone of my family to take responsibility for making decisions, finding help, they wouldn't even know where to start because they're not here.
My plan is to stay as healthy as I can and not need home care or any kind of care. My plan is also to call the shots. I want to make up my own mind, my own decisions. I don't want my children to have to make decisions for my care if I should lose my ability to make care. I've already set something in motion.
The feeling of independence is really important to me because I've always been a very independent, determined person. So this particular program really fits in to my being.
A huge concern, and very valid, is if I'm a member of Kendal at Home, will my care coordinator, will you dictate to me what physician I go to, if I have care, whether, how much I have, what facility, if I had to go to a facility? And we don't. I may come up with a plan and I may make suggestions, but at the end of the day, they decide, not me, what care, who, how much they'll receive.
I am independent in a sense, yes. And I'm very accustomed to making my own decisions on things. And I think Kendal at Home is a good fit for me because of that.
As we learned the degree to which we would be able to maintain our own personal freedom and privacy and peace and quiet and pursue our own initiatives, the more attractive it became.
We live in a house that's just perfect for retirement. And so as soon as we realized that we could stay right there in retirement, we were delighted.
However, I'm going to get some more into it.
We like our home very much, and we want to stay there as long as we're able to stay there. This Kendal at Home provides the kind of care which we need when we need it.
To be the care coordinator of Kendal at Home, what it means first and foremost is to provide the care necessary to help keep people in their home for a lifetime. They join Kendal at Home, this is where they want to be. They want to be in their home. Our job is to provide the care that I would want for my own mother and father.
I had a surgical procedure done, it was last summer, and all I did was call my caregiver, and I said, I'm going to have some surgery, and he said, oh, do you need a ride? I said, yes, I do, come to think of it. So he drove me over to the surgical center and picked me up and took me home. He's a very charming fellow, and I've become more and more at ease talking to him now.
I think both of us are not only very fond of him, but just respect him enormously, and we really value the kind of help that he is.
It's sort of like a family in a way. I mean, I sort of feel that our children are a long way away, and to have a Kendal at Home family that we know and care about and feel cared about makes all the difference.
Our son went to Haverford, which is a Quaker school, and so we're somewhat knowledgeable about the Quaker beliefs.
The integrity, the caring for one another, the respect for individuals, I think those are all our beliefs.
We've both had mothers and other people in our family that had been in care or retirement centers that where there was just a huge difference in the way they were treated. And
it's not, in my mother's case, it was not that she was tortured or abused in any way, but that was basically she was treated like a child. And that's just not the way that a Quaker organization, it treats people as people.
The basic tenets of Quakerism are fundamental common sense. They involve respect for every individual, the right for every individual to have a voice, and a number of other tenets which can be subscribed to by anyone with any religion, and agnostics and atheists. Anyone with a good, shall we say, moral construct can be very comfortable in an organization that is based upon these sorts of principles.
It is a serious financial commitment, but at some point you're going to have to face those finances anyway, and I think by doing it in this way, I think it's a much more comfortable approach.
Kendal's upfront fee can be less than 1 year in a skilled care facility, and usually is much less than 1 year of care in an individual's home.
The economics of it are just, I think, unchallengeable. I don't think you can get anything close to the health care needs and protections that you want to have, that I want to have, at the cost.
I would recommend to people who haven't decided is that although they may be enjoying vigorous good health today, look around them and see what is actually inevitable.
when we heard about Kendal at Home and began talking with people who knew about it, the puzzle came together. It just seemed absolutely right, and it has seemed absolutely right ever since.
Knowing that we have done all we can do to provide for the future. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen. But we have certainly taken steps to try to provide for the kind of life that we hope to enjoy.
I felt a peace of mind. Yes, I did when I got into the program. In that, now that's taken care of. I can move on to something else.
It's a very welcoming, warm, responsive, caring group.
For anyone who's interested in planning for their later years, I really don't think you can find a program that can top this. Joining it now gives us the assurance that it's going to be there when we need it.
If you want the greatest degree of personal independence, the assurance that your children won't have to pick up any of the pieces, there isn't a better deal going than this one.